Humble greetings to the global community and the leaders of nations. I speak to you today with a message of urgency, clarity, and above all, a deep desire for peace. The war between Russia and Ukraine has become one of the most brutal and prolonged conflicts of our time. For over 3 years now, since the full-scale invasion began in February 2022, we have watched tens of thousands of lives lost, millions displaced, and an entire generation physically and emotionally scarred. We stand today at crossroads, a moment that demands courage, honesty, and action. We cannot afford another year or even another month of bloodshed, terror, and destruction. Every new day brings fresh horror. Airstrikes rip through cities across Ukraine. Drone attacks rain down on civilians. Prisoners of war, some just young men, are reportedly executed in cold blood. Ukrainian prosecutors have documented over 270 such cases. On July 16th alone, Russia launched 400 drones across Ukraine, hitting Kharkiv, Kryvyi Rih, and Vinnytsia. Children and elderly civilians were among the wounded. Foreign volunteers and humanitarian workers risk their lives daily. And this is no longer just a war inside Ukraine's borders. The mayor of Ogre, a town in Latvia, a member of NATO, was injured while delivering vehicles and other support to the Ukrainian armed forces. Russia's attacks now endanger humanitarian missions and foreign officials, dragging the conflict closer to NATO's doorstep. This is no longer just a regional war, it is a humanitarian crisis, and it is testing the very conscience of the global community. President Donald Trump has issued a 50-day ultimatum calling for peace. But let us not wait to be pushed. Let this 50-day window be our chance to act, our chance to stop the suffering, our chance to lead. We propose a peace agreement, one that can and must be reached within this short window, based on clear and fair principles. First, Russia must fully withdraw its forces from all Ukrainian territories it occupies, including Crimea, parts of Donetsk, Luhansk, and Zaporozhye. Ukraine's borders, recognized in 1991 by the international community, must be restored and respected under UN supervision. The Russian Federation should also guarantee that it will never again initiate, engage in, or support any form of military action against Ukraine. It must give its word of never again targeting or attacking any of Ukraine's civilian facilities, energy infrastructure, public utilities, historical and cultural entities, and places of worship. It must reaffirm complete recognition of Ukraine's sovereignty, independence, and internationally recognized borders. At the same time, Ukraine can commit to addressing Russia's security concerns, not by sacrificing its independence, but by promising not to host NATO weapons or forces along its border with Russia, as well as promising not to threaten the national security of Russian Federation through allowing its forces advance inside the territories of Russia. Both countries can agree to demilitarize a buffer zone monitored by the United Nations to lower the risk of further conflict. We also call for both sides to formally abandon aggression, military, cyber, or informational, as well as for all prisoners of war and kidnapped civilians to be released and protected under the Geneva Convention. In addition to this, international tribunals should hold war criminals accountable, as well as a global reconstruction fund should be offered to help rebuild Ukraine's shattered infrastructure and economy. To the government of Ukraine, your strength, your resilience, and your fight for freedom have inspired the world. But now your leadership is needed at the negotiating table to secure peace without sacrificing your sovereignty or the safety of your people. To the Russian government, your people have suffered, your economy is strained, your global standing is collapsing. Military victory will not bring your security. Only peace can protect your borders without destroying your neighbors. To the United Nations and the Security Council, the world is watching. The time for neutral facilitation is now, not after more cities burn. To the United States and NATO, your support for Ukraine has been vital, but now you must lead the diplomacy, just as you led the defense. Use your power to guide both sides to an agreement that defends Ukraine and de-escalates risk to all. To the citizens of every nation, East and West, rich and poor, I say this, silence is complicity. Use your voice, speak out for peace, and share calls for humanitarian aid. Share the stories of the injured, the displaced, the dead. Push your leaders to act, not later, now. We do not call for peace without justice. We do not call for compromise without principle. We call for a path forward, one that ends this war and begins healing. The world has 50 days, just 50 days. This must be the turning point. The people of Ukraine deserve to live free and safe. The people of Russia deserve peace and dignity. And we, all of us, deserve a world no longer torn by this bloodiest war of the 21st century. Thank you.